What the fuck is up, shitheads? It's... Fuck, I never remember the entrance when I say this. What the fuck?
51.
Yeah, it's episode 51 of Dudes Talking Shit.
There, 1 year together.
Yeah. Fuck.
Dude, who cow?
Classic.
Dude, did you know? Okay, I'm new to Reddit.
You haven't been Redditing?
No.
Oh, I've been a long time Redditor, but I have like 12 accounts because I keep forgetting the passwords, for fuck's sake.
I only started 2 months ago.
Okay.
Did you know that there's pornography on
Yes.
Reddit?
Lots of it.
It's insane.
Lots of
Dude,
it, man.
Reddit is just porn with some other stuff.
Oh, no, there's lots of... The other stuff is the interesting stuff. The porn is just like, whatever.
It's fucked.
Dude, there's hoo cows. There's fucking bug chasers. You can find OnlyFans leaks on there.
What are bug chasers?
I've told you about bug chasers on here. I'm positive of it.
I don't think so.
It's people that get like bugs, like infections on purpose.
Yes, you did.
Because
They
just really want to have HIV. So they'll go fuck people that have HIV just so they can get it.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Dude, Reddit is a dark hole.
Oh, Reddit's fucking wild, man.
It is. I can only imagine if Reddit's like that, 4chan must be absolutely
I
fucked.
used to go on 9gag and 4chan back in the day, like 2010 to 13 maybe.
Yeah.
And it was just more like angry stuff.
Right.
Like more like that group Anonymous and stuff. It's more like start a revolution or more just like straight things that are intended to hurt people,
Right.
like mentally
more
or physically.
Incel-y stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I got a fucking question for you.
Yeah, sure.
What if when your chick is pregnant, for the baby to grow, you have to keep fucking her every day for a year sort of thing. So like you have to keep feeding that fetus to keep growing. Yeah, like it has to keep going.
Sign me up.
No, yeah, but imagine like you could like, let's say you have bad work ethic, but Stephanie wants a child that has great work ethic.
Right.
She has to go fuck a Mexican or something like that to get that kind of, that natural gene.
Okay, so.
Or what if she wants like
I
some,
think
like
it would have to be, if a girl, if that's how it worked, like the genes passed down that way.
Yeah.
It would have to be a Filipino.
Oh yes, okay.
Dude, Filipinos. We've talked about this before.
They're the greatest.
They are fucked.
Of all the Asian countries, the Filipinos are the fucking best.
They're mind-blowing human beings. Like, if I could look at any group of like people that I've ever met in my life and be like, I wish I was as good as them, Filipinos.
Do you ever notice how sometimes they have like culturally black names or so, like Marcus?
Well, because the Filipinos are kind of like Asian Spanish.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say next. They're like sometimes they'll have like crazy names like Jorge or like Jose or Jesus, and you're expecting like some Spanish guy to walk up, but then you find his last name is like Jesus Fontang or something. It's like whoa, what's going on here, bro?
Culture. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's because it's like Asians mixed with like Central South American people.
Yeah.
And they're just like the fucking smartest, hardest workers that have ever existed. Like, if you can't meet a Filipino without perfect credit.
No, it's tough. They're few and far between.
Dude, every single Filipino person I've ever met in my life are so kind.
Oh, yeah.
They're lovely to talk to. They're loyal customers. They're wonderful humans.
If I could build an army around fucking drunk Ryan, they would be at least the front line, because they're going to give it their all before the fucking
100%.
The artillery gets nailed at, right?
Yeah, dude. They are just different level humans.
So for Stephanie to have a hardworking, good work ethic child, she has to fuck a Filipino.
Yeah.
If she wants someone also that's athletically gifted, she's got to go fuck a brother.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Imagine, but she only does that, like, you keep doing it. So out of the, how many days of the gestation,
I don't know.
or whatever.
9 months.
9 months. So like, what's that? Fucking 200 something days.
Yeah.
So out of the 200 something days, you're the one that pumps fucking 200 days of that sperm into her, so that it's still you.
Dude, this is such a Fox conversation.
It still looks like you.
What is wrong with you?
Still has your pigment, your laugh, your freckles and shit. Maybe your pointy nose.
But like,
then like
some of the perfection of other cultures.
Right. It's like, have you ever been in a Walmart where they have that Build-A-Bear? You know? You know what I mean? Like, we're fucking stuffing this poor girl full of different stuffing from this fox, that gorilla.
Fuck. Dude, that's so fucked up.
What if, like,
fucking hilarious.
You wear glasses, but she doesn't want her kid to have to wear glasses?
Dude, her stigmatism is brutal.
Like, it's like, remember I was telling you about the lights? Does she do that?
What do you mean?
When you, like, if you don't have astigmatism, like, you have perfect eyes, when you see a light, it's just a light. But when you see those, like, twinkles around it, like the shine or whatever, that's because you have astigmatism. That means you don't have good eyes.
Yeah.
Like, when you're driving at night.
I see that way, too.
Yeah, me too. Of course. I wear glasses. Of course I fucking do.
No, Stephanie is blind without contacts or glasses.
No shit. I've never seen her with glasses on.
She doesn't wear them she always has contacts in.
No
always.
shit. Okay.
Yeah, she can't see. She cannot drive a car without contacts or glasses. Yeah.
So, what if that is how system works?
Clearly not.
Do you think that?
No, wait. I fucking watched a nature video about this recently.
Okay.
But I'm trying to remember what fucking animal it is. I'll never remember. I'll never be able to recall this information right now. But basically, the female animal goes into her gestation period.
Yeah.
And can become pregnant by multiple males.
Ooh. Ho. Yes. Here we go.
But I can't
make a housewife, huh?
Yeah, no. But it's fucked because now that I'm trying to think about it, I wouldn't be able to tell you if it was a mammal, if it was a fish, if it was a reptile, if it was a bird. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I can't even narrow it down.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I think that it would be really interesting to take a very healthy male and a very healthy female, get them to conduct themselves in a study where their diets are closely monitored so they're not smoking or drinking or fucking absurd amounts of coffee or doing any drugs or whatever.
Sure.
Have them conceive a child, birth that child, but can't fuck the entire time she's pregnant already. And then get those same two people on the same diets to conceive a second child and bone the entire fucking time and see the vitals of the children and see if they grow different. Like, you know how if a baby has breast milk, there's theories around them being more intelligent.
Yeah.
They grow a little quicker.
Better.
They develop faster and stronger and whatnot. I don't know how much truth is behind any of that, but I think there's got to be some sort of reason behind it because people still fucking breastfeed.
Yeah.
You know, so there's got to be legitimately science behind it.
Yeah.
What if boning the fuck out of a pregnant woman, because that sperm still goes there, it just doesn't have an egg to fertilize.
Right.
So it's still doing something.
Sure.
You know? I wonder if that would fucking...
Well, do you know what? I think not because the sperm's doing anything.
But maybe the protein in the cum.
No. So here's my legitimate theory of it. That it would have to do with the endorphins and the hormones that are released during sexual arousal that would probably be beneficial for the fetus.
Okay.
So, like, the way, is it dopamine?
Yeah,
would be
that's a word.
Is released into, like, the body during
yeah,
sex.
Yeah.
Like, those feel-good hormones and, like, the connection with your...
Serotonin
like,
and stuff?
With your mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that shit would all be good for the development of the child.
Yeah.
Because if you're not having sex the whole time, there's no, like...
Dude, I think...
those hormones aren't naturally occurring in that way.
So you know how science is really just a question? That's all science is here's a question. Now let's discover the answer.
Or how... A lot of science is, here's an idea. How can we say that idea is wrong?
I should be a scientist with this idea.
Speaking of studies in science...
Oh, here we go. All right.
How did that go?
Oh, I got my results.
Yeah.
One time on an
episode. You're an idiot.
No. But on an episode a long, long time ago,
Like a year ago, probably.
It was probably one of the first handful, I'd
Yeah.
say. First 15,
Yeah.
maybe. I was telling a story about how I was a human test subject at a local university here in Halifax for the effects
Did you
of
get money for that?
yeah, a few $100. You know,
Okay.
plus free parking, which I was not supposed to drive, but they gave me parking shits, so I drove. But they basically gave me a bunch of CBD oil and then made me do a fucking test that was fucking brutal and shitty, and I fucking hated it. But they told you what you took. It was CBD. They're like, we're giving you this much CBD. Then they'd let it kick in. And I even said how I was getting paranoid and I felt high and all this, but they never gave anyone CBD. They just told you did. And everyone reacted and had the same levels of anxiety and heart rate like decreases and all that for as if they were on CBD. But it's just because it was what they called, the word they use is expectedness, which I'm not.
But CBD isn't supposed to get you high.
No, not get you high, but it's supposed to like decrease
anxiety.
Yes, to kind of help with like mild pain, like mild anxiety, to slower your heart rate, to let you like kind of be a little more calm. Like that's the idea. That's why so many people take it like when they suffer from anxiety or they want to sleep at night, you know, and things like that. And they proved at least in this series of tests that didn't affect stress or anxiety at all. Yeah. Like at all. They said it was strictly a placebo in that respect. However, if you took hemp seed oil, it did the same effect. And they told you it was that. So it was the same exact thing. They gave you the same thing 2 times, which is funny because I think even the last story I told, I said how they both tasted the same.
Right.
Like they tasted kind of nutty, like a nutty oil, because they actually gave me like a vial of it under my tongue and shit.
Yeah.
And or like a syringe, like a plastic syringe of it. Like they put a controlled amount in me.
Yeah.
And anyway, the people experienced higher stress, higher anxiety, had a harder time with the tests and everything when they were on hemp seed than when they were on CBD, because in their brains they thought they should be more calm, so they acted more calm.
Right.
And it's fucked up that they're like, yeah, CBD is basically a placebo in that respect. Like as far as like the sleeping at night and all that, sure, it might.
Wait, so were some people given actual CBD?
0 people were, but they all acted as if the stereotypes.
But wait, how do they know then if CBD doesn't work better or not? If they gave everybody a placebo, how do they know how people react to CBD?
I see what you're saying. Maybe they gave half and half. I don't know. Man, did you see how long that PDF
can
report
you send
was?
it to me?
Oh,
I'll read it.
Not right now.
Obviously
it's like 12 pages.
Now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll read it in my off time and we can discuss again.
I will send it to you, yes. But anyway, I'm going to have to figure it. Yeah, I won't do it right now. But that was the result. And long story short, it fucked me up. I got paranoid. I went through a bunch of pain from those tests and all for nothing. Well, a few $100.
$300.
It was cash too.
And you dedicated your body to science.
Yes, man.
Are you going to dedicate? What are you going to do with your body when you die?
That's a good question. I've thought about that a few times. I don't want to be picked apart for organs, but I say that now just because, like,
your organs probably aren't that good.
No, they're probably not, first of all. But secondly, if I had a loved one, like let's say someone near and dear, like a fucking parent or something like that, if I were to go to the funeral and having, like, even though they're wearing clothing, just to know there's huge scars where guts were taken out of them to fucking give to someone else, I'd be like, oh, like I would want to track that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the on the reverse side, I have this fucking weird feeling that my friends and family would think the same of me. They'd look at me like he's not laying here dead as him, right? Because his fucking lungs are in someone else, or his fucking appendix is over there.
Wouldn't that give you the feeling though that you're living on in a way?
That's the thing. That part doesn't come into my head, even though it probably should. So it'll be a game time decision. I know it's got to be kind of agreed upon ahead of time when you're an organ donor or not, but like that's something I may change at some point in my life as age goes on.
You could dedicate your body to science too, or donate your body to science.
Yeah, there's a lot to dedicate there.
Did you see there's have you ever seen the human body exhibit? It was at the museum here a couple of years ago.
Oh, I've seen photos. I've never seen them really in person. I've seen real skeletons in person. I've seen a mummy in person too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never seen that. I went to the exhibit when it was here. It was pretty fucked, man. Like
when they're like shaved fucking paper thin slices of muscle.
Yeah.
That are like fucking meat sliced.
Yeah. And there was like full like neurosystems.
Yeah.
And like people's whole bodies with their muscles intact, like doing an activity. But like all their skin was gone, but their eyeballs and shit were all still there.
Fuck that, man.
It was so fucking weird, man. That was a very interesting exhibit. I don't go to all the exhibits that come to the museum here, but I go to most of them.
Oh, really?
They're fucking awesome. I love it. And I like visiting the tortoise.
Is it still alive?
His name's Gus. Yeah.
That thing's been there. You know how young
Since
I
you
was?
were a kid.
Since I was like some of my earliest memories in life were going to the museum and seeing that thing.
Dude.
That's when there used to be a huge frog on the corner of the building. Is that frog still there? Like a huge, like, I don't know, like a statue that was hanging off the building of a frog, kind of like Spider-Man style on the corner.
That's gone. He's been there, I'm pretty sure, on like his little board that talks about him. I think he's been there since like 78 or 79.
Holy fuck. And they live for 100+ years.
Yeah, they figure he's like over 100 years old. They think he was...
They don't really know?
They're not entirely sure because he wasn't born in captivity.
Right.
But they think he's definitely alive since the late 1800s.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Because he was originally brought to Halifax in the 1940s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Isn't that crazy? And he's still like a super active little tortoise. Like he's
How
in
big
good
is he?
shape.
I don't remember. Is he one of those massive ones?
No. He's not like super big. He's like
Couple feet wide.
yeah. Like
Okay.
I'd say he's like his shell is probably like 2 feet in diameter.
Okay.
So he's a good size, but he's not fucking massive.
Dude, at that museum one time back when, I don't know, this was early 90s. I was probably 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
I remember there was like an dinosaur exhibit there. Yeah. And I ended up like, there was a huge sand pit and you could like get brushes and like start like brushing sand away. And I fucking found, and I was on the news, the CTV news and fucking everything for finding a Velociraptor skeleton in there. Which they knew it was there, but no one else knew it was there. Like the people that made the exhibit were the only ones that like put this there.
Yeah.
And like, there was a bunch of little like psych outs around where you could like find a little like piece of a bone and just lift it up.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't real. It was just made out of like fucking ceramic or plastic.
But you found the full
But
skeleton.
I found the fucking full thing. It was cool, man. And I told them, like, they interviewed me on the news and shit as a little kid. And they're like, what did you think about this? And I'm like, it's a Velociraptor. Meanwhile, I don't even know how I knew that word. I'm pretty sure Jurassic Park wasn't out yet.
I like turtles.
It was just like that. What the fuck did that have to do with anything?
That's so funny.
That fucking kid, man. I'm friends with him on Facebook.
He's the best.
Jonathan Ware.
He's an awesome kid.
I like turtles. There's
How
zero.
old is he now?
Old enough to fucking party. You know what? I don't know. Let's see if Facebook fucking tells me how old he is. Hold on. Jonathan Ware, friend. There we are. He has 239 friends. I'm not sure this is even really him. I think it's just like a fake account. But like, I love how many people wish him a happy birthday, which is April 1st, by the way. I can see my top profile. Dude, it doesn't say how old he is on his Facebook, at least. Anyway, Jonathan. What a fucking,
Jonathan.
Yeah, what a fucking crazy fucking lunatic. Dude, so we started having we don't talk that much at work, right?
I'm starting to think more and more that it's intentional we don't talk to each other at work so we can save it for this.
You think so?
Yeah, like, because we do have, but our interactions with each other are different than any interactions with any other coworkers. Like, because all of our other coworkers, the interactions we have with them are essentially limited to that building. But with me and you, it's like, hey, can you give me a ride home? And it's like, yeah, okay, man. All right, cool. And it's just literally, it's like, what time are you coming over? Like, that's what we say to each other. It's like, all right, I'll talk to you later.
Well, this week I started having a conversation with you.
Yeah.
And you fucking walked away from me.
Dude, I don't pay attention.
No, you walked away like intentionally because you didn't want to have any part of this conversation. So we're fucking unfolding it right now.
Oh, was I mad at you?
No. You just thought I was retarded, which I am.
Because sometimes you do say things, and I will literally be like, I am not doing this right now. And I will walk away from you.
So, I have this idea. Let's say you're 16 or 17
Okay.
and you have a girlfriend.
Okay.
And then eventually you turn 18. Your birthday's a year before her, 9 months before her. Technically, you're not allowed to fuck her when you're...
No, that's not accurate.
So, fine. Let's say you are. That's fine. Whatever. It doesn't matter. You are allowed. Let's say for this conversation, you're 100% allowed. There's no question marks. There's no gray period. Okay. Because that doesn't even matter.
Okay.
But she's in a group home. She's an orphan. Okay? She's a foster child.
Oh my God, I remember this now.
So
You're
you turn...
idiot.
Travis, you turn 18. You're an adult. You can adopt a child now. You're legally an adult and allowed. Could you adopt your girlfriend and then, like,
fuck your daughter?
are you? Is that okay? Well, I mean,
No.
so you can't at all fuck your daughter. if she's the same age as you, like, eventually she's gonna have an 18th birthday too, and then, like, you take her out, you party, go to bingo, maybe fucking. Buy her first Playboy.
What happened that this came into your head?
I thought of the idea of what if I could rewind the clock, become 18, and adopt one of my best friends that was younger than me at the time. And then I started thinking, oh, fuck, you could do this with, like, loved ones, like a girl. Like, what if you could raise your daughter to be, like, a sex slave? But because she's not your daughter, you just own her. She wasn't your daughter. Like, what if you had a child? What if you impregnated your daughter that's your girlfriend at the same time?
Dude, I really feel like the clip you're going to put together for this week is going to be fucking terrifying.
What clip?
I'm so afraid. No, dude, you cannot fuck your daughter.
So even though you're currently fucking, like, you have morning sex the day before you go to court, the day you go to court to sign these papers.
Okay,
you still can't.
I understand the hypothetical situation you're creating, but there is no way that it ever happens.
So even though that, like, you wake up that morning and you're going to court to sign the papers that you formally own this person or you're their guardian now, you could wake up with a boner. Bang her that morning, but then that afternoon you can no longer fuck her. She's off limits.
Do you know what's really funny? So
what's funny about this? It's so serious.
You know that Good Life or Good Place show we keep talking about?
Yeah.
So do you understand the character Janet?
No.
She's the one who, like, appears and gives you things.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So at one point later in the show, she creates this other being like herself named Derek.
Okay.
And he's a fucking idiot.
Fucking Derek.
And he's just like, I'm Derek. And he's like, Derek, do no good. And all this stuff. But anyway, so Janet creates him as a rebound boyfriend because her and Jason broke up.
Okay.
And he keeps referring to her as mommy girlfriend.
Really?
Because she created him, but that's her rebound. So, yeah, he refers to her throughout the show as mommy girlfriend. And it's fucking hilarious.
So I think that we could probably do it. Like, I just got to find someone to fucking adopt.
No, you're too old now. That would be so weird. So wait, was your original idea like you would adopt your friend?
That was it. But then I started thinking of what if it was like more than a friend, you know?
Do you want to be more than a friend? Like my daughter?
Well, why the fuck not, man? Like, I don't understand what the big deal is.
That is so fucked up, bro. That is just mega fucked up.
It's not really that fucked up.
It's just kind of fucked up.
Where would I go to find
There's
it?
no way that it could ever happen. It's not possible.
No, well, that's the thing. They may not approve you for the adoption.
They definitely wouldn't. They'd be like, oh, you live at home with your parents? No, you're not adopting this child.
Hold on.
Man, I was thinking about it the other day. We haven't farted on here in a long time, and I really want to have a good Anita, but I just don't have one.
So, how about this concept? Suppose that you marry a widow who already has a grown daughter. Okay? And your father marries that widow's grown-up daughter. So let's say your dad and your mom break up.
Yep.
And you marry some fucking woman that's 30 years old, or you want an old lady actually. So
I love old
let's say
women.
you marry a 60-year-old woman.
Oh, it's too young, bro. 70.
So, okay, let's say you marry a 70-year-old woman
Cool.
who has a grown-up daughter that's 30-something years old.
No, she'd probably be in her 50s.
Well, fine. And your dad and your mom somehow break up, but your dad gets on the rebound and marries the daughter. Okay? Now, the widow's daughter becomes your mother-in-law, technically, right?
But she's also...
Since your mother's mother is your wife, you know what I mean? Because you married the older one.
Right.
Your wife is also your grandmother.
Yeah, that's how I like it. That's how I like it.
So as the husband of your grandmother,
Yeah.
you become your own grandfather.
Yeah!
This system needs to play out.
Dude, I would fucking love to do that. Man, that's my dream.
I want to be my own family member someday.
Dude, that would be so cool. Dude, oh man, I would love to marry a 70-year-old lady.
7. I didn't hear the D when you said 70. And yeah, anyway.
I thought I just said Stephanie.
No, I heard 7.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, a nice 70-year-old lady. Oh god, that's the dream. I would do such a good job. I'd be excellent at that marriage. I love old people shit. They'd be like, want to play darts? Yep. Want to play
Cribbage, backgammon. That's all they love.
Love it.
Shuffleboard? Yeah.
I'm in, baby. Let's go. Want to go on a cruise and prune up?
You could like use her 401k for fucking subscribing to all the OnlyFans.
Oh my god, dude. I would just be in Spank Bank Central.
Fuck yeah.
And again, like, people don't understand the upside to this. So you need to get this widowed lady who has good bank.
Yep.
70-year-olds, like, your longest commitment possible is probably 20 years. You're
And-
out when you're 50. Like, that's not a bad prison term.
In that 20 years,
You're living fine.
you're eating good.
Yes.
And you got the cleanest house
Yes.
with fucking the weirdest upholstery.
Dude, best blowjobs ever.
Especially if they are fake teeth and they're straight
That's
gummers.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Think about the bubbles she could blow too. Brrr, you know?
Oh, dude, don't even be talking.
Like-
And ladies get, the older they get, the hornier they
The
get.
cool thing is too,
Should be
if
licking
like
your arsehole.
if ever a time comes where like you need to spice things up in a relationship,
Yeah.
you could take like a paper, like a clip, like a clamp of some sort,
Yeah.
pull her skin all the way back and clamp it behind her head.
Oh,
You know,
she's like
so
a
she
new
looks like a
lady.
whole different person for like a half hour until that clamp
Yes.
lets go.
Yeah. 100% give her, man, you could give her a titty lift like that.
She could go from Queen Elizabeth to Queen Elizabeth II. You know,
Oh, fuck, man. Yeah, that'd be great. I'd be into that super big time.
it'd be a ton of fun.
I would be completely happy being my own granddaddy.
Yes, man, I would want to too,
That'd
and
be
I'd want to
super
be called.
exciting.
I'd want to be called Granddaddy.
Yeah.
So what would she become then? If your grandmother is your wife, I guess she'd be just your grandma wife.
Wife, grandma.
Yeah,
Hi, wife, grandma. I love you.
grand wife. Dude, this-
Grand wife.
oh, that's
That
a
is a
sick
regal
name.
title.
Yes, man. That's the name
I
of a
am-
fucking camper.
I am the grand wife.
Seriously,
No, wait. That's the name of like a matriarchy in like.
a grand wife.
Yeah.
I would buy a
She's
camper.
the grand wife. She's like the grand wife of a cult. And I would be her husband. So I'm the cult leader. So I'd have a bunch of minor wives as well. But she would be the grand wife.
Would you ever join a cult?
Yes.
Yeah, you said that so quick. I'm pumped because I would too. It's because I would want to go in there as like a double agent though, you know? Because like I don't want to buy into the Kool-Aid and fucking, you know, all go out into the field and do the weird Amish shit that they do with the fucking beards and the Lincoln hats.
Yeah.
But I would want to go in there just to like experience it for like solid 6 months and just realize how fucked up it is, and then be like, all right, guys, I'm out.
I'm a dip. I'm dumb. I'd probably join a cult by accident. They would be like, we'd be like 10, 12 months in, and someone would be like, dude, you're in a cult? I'd be like, what?
What do you mean?
No, dude, we just like hang out in robes and have group sex. Like, what are you talking about?
I think there's
I'm
still
not allowed
cults.
to leave the ranch.
You ever met pagan people?
Pagan?
Pagan.
Pagan?
Whatever it's pronounced. December 21st, those fucking people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never met any
No?
personally. I
Dude.
met Wiccans.
Well, yeah, that's the same fucking thing, man.
Okay.
Aren't Wiccans pagans?
No, Wiccans are witches.
Yeah, well, I think that's just what the females are called, but I don't know.
They're different.
There's got to be something tied together. Anyway,
We are descendants of pagans.
Not me.
Yes,
you might be.
No.
Not me, sir.
Yes, you are.
No,
Yes,
sir.
you
No,
are.
sir.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Because you're a descendant.
Oh, grow the fuck up.
You're a descendant
Yes,
of.
you are. Yes, you are.
Because you're a descendant. You've said it many times on this show. What are you descent of? What's that tattoo on your arm?
An anchor.
What's the other one?
I'm Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They're pagans.
Those are pagans?
Yes.
I thought pagans had black hair, black lipstick, black eyeliner.
Oh, you're fucking it up.
That's witches.
They're Celtic. So pagans are Celts.
Okay.
And then so what happened? Have you ever heard of the Celtic Holocaust?
Apparently not.
So
There's been more than one Holocaust?
well, I mean, you can just call it genocide, I guess.
Okay.
But there's been lots of genocide.
Neat.
But when the Roman Empire started moving throughout Western Europe, and they moved up, and Celtic people, so like the Irish, what eventually would be the Irish people, at one point in time were as far down as Spain. They were all throughout Germany. They were.
Oh, so we kind of suck at war.
Yeah.
Okay.
We held vast.
Good at drinking, good at sheep, good at potatoes, good at boxing.
fucking sheep.
Yeah. That's more Scottish, isn't it?
I mean, they're all sheep.
You know why Scottish men wear kilts?
So it's easier to fuck the sheep.
Because a sheep can hear a zipper from a mile away.
Do you know why they wear rubber boots? So you can put the back legs of the sheep down in the rubber boot and then back it up, and then they put it front face in a cliff.
So you're walking like Pan.
Yeah, and then
Hey, Herc!
so
That
you
guy.
get it to the end of the cliff. Exactly. So you get it to the end of the cliff.
You didn't think I'd pull out a Roman fucking mythology thing here, did you?
I didn't think you'd pull out a Hercules Disney movie thing. So you get the sheep to the end of the cliff, right? The edge of the cliff.
Yeah.
And you start trying to push it off the cliff front ways, and then you stick your
He's
dick in
gonna
its
back
ass,
it up.
And he's backing it up, right? So you're just fucking giving her. Now the only thing you gotta watch out for, if sheep do go down over the cliff and its feet are in your rubber boot,
You're going with it.
You're fucked.
You know, I don't want to get into a morbid conversation, but just a hypothetical one. Let's say you have a straight down cliff, like straight fucking down, like hundreds of feet, like
Right.
Definite doom if you were to jump off.
Yeah.
And you were to put a kennel at that edge and open the gate. A dog wouldn't jump out. They would just starve to death in the crate. They don't have that instinct to jump out to try to survive and then not. Isn't that fucking weird? Because I would jump out.
Well, no, as human beings, we'd climb out around.
Yeah, but we have that, potential
The dogs
option.
wouldn't be able to.
They would just stay in the crate and be like, well, I guess this is where I am forever now.
Yeah. I think the dog would eventually fall over the cliff.
See, have you ever seen the fucking Mara River
No.
in Tanzania?
No.
So it separates the fucking Serengeti and where the huge migrations go.
Oh, yes, and the crocs get them.
Yeah, the wildebeests have to
Yeah.
migrate. Well, they've got to cross this fucking river, and that's the most violent river. Not only is the river like in parts pretty good current to it,
Yeah.
but it's the highest concentration of crocodiles on the planet, I believe.
Yeah, in that river.
Right. And like the banks are steep. It's not like a fucking
Yeah.
little gentle river where you can just a human can just walk up and throw your fucking fishing rod
Yeah.
in and hope for a trout. It's not like that. It's just a fucking bank. Sometimes 30, 40 feet fucking.
And they just, woo!
Yeah, they pile up because they're like, nope, I'm not going. But the herd behind them, there's 3 million fucking animals behind them trying to go the same direction for water.
Yeah.
And it just eventually it pushes them off and they're like, well, we got to go now. And they get fucking stuck. The crocs are grabbing at them, like fucking biting at them and shit. And the zebras get mixed up in it too. And they are the most graphic to get eaten apart by because the way they're white and black, the blood shows up so much cooler.
It's so brutal.
Fucking insane, man. It's called the Mighty Mara River. Well, not mighty. That's just what they call it.
Have you ever seen the video? You've seen it for sure.
Oh.
Where the crocs are trying to get at this baby wildebeest, and then there's also lions on the bank's edge, and they're all trying to get it, and they're like fighting over it, and then the hippo just comes up and kills it.
No. Dude, I've never seen this. When you added the hippo is when I don't know what this is anymore.
Yeah. So they're like the crocs and the lions are both like trying to get this thing, but the wildebeest is moving. And I guess the hippo is eventually like, oh my God, you guys are all making too much noise. Like, shut the fuck up. And the hippo just comes over and
Dude, there's one classic fucking African like wilderness video I think it's usually titled something like Rumble at the Watering Hole. Something like that. And it's a couple of lions that are trying to take down a fucking, like a wildebeest.
Yeah.
A water buffalo or whatever the fuck you want to call them.
Yeah.
And then the herd comes along and starts like bullying the lions around.
Yeah.
And they're like, but the lions are holding their own because the wildebeest at the end of the day, they're fucking pussies.
Yeah.
So they're trying to run away, but they're also trying to like stand up and like get their own guy free. And end up getting like cornered towards like this little watering hole. And one thing fucking cats don't like is fucking water.
Yeah.
You know, so they end up getting backed in towards the water, and a fucking croc jumps up and grabs them. Now it's like a three-way fight. So like I want to say it's the fucking wildebeest that gets like cornered. The lion are like, okay, now you're fucking ours, and they just get a good hold of it, and all of a sudden the crocs jump up, and it's like, what the fuck? And now the lions can't get out because the fucking wildebeest is surrounding them and shit. Oh, it's a fucking cool video, man.
That's fucked.
And there's like the tourists and shit going, oh look over here. You know, you hear them fucking going on. You hear the shutter nonstop.
That Nature's Metal page is fucked.
Oh, dude.
There's been too much birds lately, though.
Yeah, it makes me want to like, because now that like they're not full-blown YouTube videos that you'll never fucking find because they're poorly named and shit. You can find them all over Instagram and shit. It makes me like, I've always wanted to go on one of those crazy safaris like in Africa where the animals will get attacked. Like if you go to those safaris in like the Disney Animal Kingdom and shit, they won't let the animals like attack one another, you know?
Yeah, they're separated.
I want to go to one of those because I need to fucking see that shit in person.
Man.
Like that's the most primal fucking thing left on this planet is animals attacking, like like they have to eat their food. You know what I mean?
The craziest
no shit, they gotta eat their food.
in the animal kingdom is lions versus hyenas. That's the craziest fight.
It's so fucking cool, man.
Because they're so evenly matched.
Yeah.
Like the lions are bigger and stronger, but fewer in numbers.
Right.
The hyenas are also big and fucking
and their
strong.
bite.
And there's so many more.
Yep.
Dude, do you know? I saw a video the other day of a hyena and a jaguar.
Okay.
Or
it wouldn't have been a jaguar, but
leopard. Leopard. Hyena and a leopard, like basically fighting over a carcass. I didn't realize how fucking big hyenas are.
Yeah, leopards are also very small. They're not. Well, I mean, they're big, but they're
leopards are
small.
still like 70, 80 pounds.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're a little bigger than that, but
because the cheetah's like 60.
Yeah, cheetahs are very small too.
Yeah, cheetahs are tall, long, and lean.
Dude, they're built like a fucking Bugatti Veyron.
Yeah.
You know, with that airflow, they've got huge nostrils.
Yeah.
And that fucking sucks the air in. Like a cheetah can only run at full tilt, like maybe a couple 100 feet at the best. And then its brain will literally cook from overheating.
Right.
That's fucking crazy that when you see those chases, those are slowed down. When you do see them in full speed, it ain't for very far.
No. And well, I mean, the cheetah's just so
I might
fast.
have said that wrong. I think it might be a couple 100 yards or meters, not feet.
Yeah.
But like they're fucking their brains will literally cook, so their nostrils get real fucking big when they're running, and it flows air in, just like the fucking Bugatti Veyron, like those air fucking ducts that they have. It's basically a tunnel, so there's as little friction as possible. It's insane that they have like the same sort of science behind them. It's fucking ridiculous.
Dude, it's brilliant. Like, and what's so interesting about Africa especially is how many different types of cats there are, but how uniquely built they all are. They all do completely different jobs.
Yep.
Like, you know, lions hunt in like a pack fashion.
Yeah.
Leopards
Yeah.
grab shit And take it up a tree.
And take it up a tree. Sometimes leave it there for hours just to go back
and
later.
Pick away at it.
Yeah, that way they know I got food up there. I can eat later. Let me go try to find some more food. And then you got the cheetahs. They hunt
speed.
And they stay together. There's the famous 3 brothers.
Right.
Like that. They're actually famous now.
Yeah.
It's fucked. One documentary and everyone knows who the fuck they are.
Yeah, they've just all stuck together.
Because they're unbelievably their hunting percentage of success is higher than the painted dogs, but only that little
Those
tribe.
3, yeah.
Them as a species, not so much.
Yeah, it's a very, very interesting continent.
I love watching them go against the gazelles because the gazelles are fucking agile little buggers.
Yeah.
And they got speed too.
Well, what's fucked with the 3 of those cheetahs is they can go after big stuff that a cheetah normally wouldn't go after.
Right.
Like, they're out taking down wildebeests, fucking zebras, everything. They're like, yeah, fuck it. We don't need just impalas. Like, we can eat whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. But the painted wild dogs are fucked.
Way too smart for their own good.
And they take down stuff that seems inconceivably large.
Yeah.
Because they're small dogs.
They're just a dog. They're just a shepherd.
They're like 50 pounds, 60 pounds. Like, probably not even 60. They're probably like 45 to 55 pounds.
I believe that.
Like, they're not big animals. But, dude, they just work in, like, groups of 20. And they are fucked. And they clean a carcass, like, in a heartbeat.
The thing I feel the most sorry for is those big hunting animals, whether it's like the lions or the hyenas or anything, is the fact that they've never had a good meal. You know what I mean? Like,
Never just sit down. No, but, sorry, I'm fucking this up again. Leopard is in Africa.
yeah, jaguars are in South America.
Right.
Yeah, because they actually like water.
Right.
Yeah, you can tell the difference from the size of the spots too.
Right.
Jaguar spots are much larger than leopard.
But the leopard, the leopard kind of gets a nice meal.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they run it up a tree.
Yeah.
And they're left alone.
No, well, no. When I say a nice meal, I mean like, have you ever had a single hair on your tongue? It's the most uncomfortable fucking thing in the world. Imagine you having to fucking not only bust your ass. Have you ever tried eating when you're out of breath too?
No.
Good fucking luck.
Yeah.
Man, I have fucking run up a flight of stairs to go to the lunchroom at work and been barely able to fucking muck down a slice of pizza. You know?
Yeah.
This is fucking gourmet stuff with cheese and tomato sauce and
Super
pepperoni
soft,
and stuff.
no hair on it.
Exactly. Imagine,
No bones in it.
imagine the adrenaline. Your heart rate's going like this. You're fucking out of breath because you haven't eaten in 3 days, drank water in a fucking week, and you just took down an animal. And you got to try to eat it straight up as it is. And before you can get to the meat where the protein is, you got to through this fucking, like, I don't think animals have really the ability to spit either. They have to just go, you know?
Yeah.
You ever like cough up hairballs? They got to try to get through all that before they can get to the meat. And every single bite of meat has fat, gross, chewy fucking, like the sides of the most
they love
undercooked
that
steak.
shit.
Do they though?
Man, so we give our dogs like beef heart and like oxtails and liver and stuff. Man, and like what's most impressive when they get to the bone, like again, I don't have huge dogs, like they're not fucking English Mastiffs or anything, but even Mila, like my little greyhound, she'll get to like a beef rib bone and she can just snap it.
Fuck.
Like,
Yeah, fuck that. I've seen videos of lions haven't drank water, fresh water, in so long that when they take down the animal, they try to go for like the bladder and
To get
stuff.
water.
Yeah, to try to get as much liquid as they can into them.
well, so one of my dogs, she only eats raw meat.
Yeah.
Like that's all she eats, and she rarely drinks water.
Really?
Very rare. She might have like, I bet in the run of a day, if she consumes half a cup of water, that's it.
A half a cup?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Like next to nothing.
No shit.
Yeah. Like when she's done eating her supper out of her bowl, she'll take a little drink of water to moisten her mouth a lot, or to get it like really drooly. And then she licks her bowl to get like all the blood and everything off of it.
Yeah.
But that's like she'll drink water then. She drinks water when she comes inside from running. And when she comes in from a walk.
So
But
if
it's
you were
only
to
a
switch
few
her
licks.
to like not raw meat, like to typical
Kibble?
everyday dog food, well, kibble, I would assume there's more water because it's a dry thing. But even if you gave her like typical wet food out of a fucking can, you know, that,
she'd probably drink
like
more
that,
water.
not Friskas, that's cat.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
you know.
But she probably would drink a lot more water.
Yeah. So you think the pure nutrients that are in the blood and everything,
Yeah,
kinda-
she's like extremely hydrated
Oh.
because of it. Yeah.
okay.
Whereas like my other dog who has to eat kibble.
Yeah.
She drinks so much fucking
No wonder
water.
she fucking oozes everywhere then.
Dude, she drinks like 3 bowls of water a day.
That's it. I figured it would be a little more than that, honestly.
No, it's a lot though, man. Each bowl is probably like 4 cups, 5 cups of water.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's a lot. Yeah, animals are weird.
I have this slightly fun game.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to
Why is it just a slightly fun game?
because who knows how it'll go. But we're going I'm
Feels
going to
like you're setting us up for failure.
No, I'm going to read out some white words.
Some white words?
What words that only white people will use.
Okay.
And it's just
Or like words or sayings.
words.
Okay.
So the reason I think it's funny is because it's so fucking true.
Okay.
Like, you know how white people like to say like full sentences? Like if I just watched you bang your shin on a coffee table, I'd be like, "Hey man, are you all right?"
Yeah.
And at black I would go, "Y'all right?"
Yeah.
You know, he just like it's like I try to explain something. I'm like, "Do you know what I'm saying?" And he'd be like, "No, I'm saying." Like they say the same thing. They just say it with
Condensed.
with like very small amounts of words.
Yeah.
These are white words that only white people will say. And when I say only white people, I don't even mean Italians. I mean like white people.
Like of English, Irish, and Scottish descent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bamboozled.
Dude, if a fucking black dude ever said bamboozled to me, I'd be like,
What the fuck?
it's like,
What shift did you just come in on, buddy?
excuse me, sir, I am offended.
Discombobulated.
I got real discombobulated there, bud.
This one's more up your alley than mine. Cattywampus. No?
No.
I figured that was Newfoundland.
No.
This is a word I use probably at least 5 times a week, but I can't think of an example of when I've said it. I just know that it's in my vocabulary regularly. Malarkey.
Dude, you definitely say malarkey.
Oh, all the
at
fucking
least
time.
a few times a week.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, malarkey.
Oh, that's fucking malarkey.
Yeah.
All the time. What about this one? Brouhaha.
What does that even mean?
You know, it's a fucking brouhaha. It's when shit's hitting a fan. It's like there's a fucking party. There's too much going on. It's a fucking brouhaha. Like,
Dude,
I'm trying to sleep and my fucking roommate has a brouhaha.
There are, even more so than the words, there are so many white people sayings.
Oh yeah, skedaddle.
Oh, man.
I never heard a brother once say skedaddle.
I'm
Like,
gonna
get off my
skedaddle.
lawn, skedaddle, kids. Never.
Like the amount of white people sayings there are too. Like, what happens if someone forgets their keys at your desk when they're walking away?
Can't leave without those.
Not getting fired without those, am
Not getting
I?
fired without those. Or when everyone's taking a photo. Like, let's say a bunch of white people are taking a photo on prom night.
Yeah.
We'll take our picture and then it'll be like, okay, silly one. No group of black people will ever say, all right, let's take a silly one. That won't fucking happen, man. It will not go down at all. Did
Dude.
you know that black
What-
people put
Yeah.
fucking like stuff in the frying pan before the eggs when they're making an omelet? Like pepper and salt, they put it in the frying pan?
But they don't put it on top of the egg?
No. It's a fucking strictly black thing.
That's so interesting.
I know. But like I've tried it and it makes so much more sense.
Yeah, because then your veggies are sauteed.
Yes. It just makes sense.
Veggies is also white people.
What about this? If a black guy or black lady, black person doesn't know what that little thing over there is called, what would they call it? They'd try explaining it and just fail miserably because they don't know what it's called. So they're going to try explaining the description.
Sure.
A white guy would go, that doohickey.
That thingamajig.
That thingamajig, that doohickey. Exactly. You never heard a black person say whatnot?
No.
Gobsmacked?
No.
Whippersnapper?
No, I can see like a super old black dude saying that.
Whippersnapper? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, just a young whippersnapper.
Fucking
Yeah.
whippersnapper.
What about flabbergasted?
No, never.
Shenanigans?
That's white people shit.
Kerfluffle or kerfuffle? Not a fucking
I'm
chance.
kerfluffled.
What if someone's acting like a fucking fool, acting like an idiot, and you're talking shit behind their back? Like a black guy was like, yo, that guy's a fool, or that guy's dumb or stupid. Like very simple words.
Yeah.
White people will say he's a nincompoop. I've never heard a Chinese guy go, oh, he's a nincompoop. Like, it never fucking happened, man. Or a Mexican, hey, I say the nincompoop over there, eh? Never fucking happened, man.
Dude.
But a guy with New Balance shoes and faded white and faded blue jeans, well, that damn boy's a nincompoop. It just makes sense.
Man, why do we have so many bullshit words?
Thingamajig.
Oh, we're fucking miserable.
And I think that's probably it. There's a bunch of other ones here, but I don't know what you call it.
What you call it? Oh,
We are weird people, man. You know how they say like white people don't have a culture?
right.
But like black people, we get everything from somewhere else.
Right.
Like that's the argument. Like what have we contributed to culture other than
Right.
fucking cars and, aerospace and all that? But
But that's not okay. So
that's not a culture, I suppose.
Yeah,
cars are culture.
what I always get confused about that is people will be like, white people don't have culture, and it'd be like, okay, but I don't think culture is the color of your skin.
No, it's just,
Culture is your demographic.
yeah, definitely 100%.
So like my culture or like my cultural past would be like Newfoundland.
Right.
Right? Like being a Newfoundlander is a very specific thing. We talk a specific way. Like we have a certain kind of music. We eat a certain way. All that kind of stuff. And if you trace the roots back further, then you go to Irish or Dutch or English.
Yeah.
And like same with you, like your maritime heritage.
Yeah.
And then you trace it back and it's Irish and that's how it's influenced. But I've always found that to be a weird thing when people are like, white people don't have culture. And it's like, yeah, it's just like, but we don't call it white
Because we
culture,
have so
that's
many of
weird.
them too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like if you take a stereotypical black family or group of friends,
Yeah.
that doesn't matter, just a handful of them.
Sure.
And they're from Baltimore,
Yeah.
they act the same in Baltimore as they do in Houston, as they do in Miami, as they
Okay.
do in Vancouver.
So here's where I disagree. I think
When was the last time you were on a hike in the forest and saw a black guy hiking? Because they do. It's because their lifestyle,
Yeah.
whether it's from until you get to like the rich people, like the ones that like the stereotypical Philip Banks from Fresh Prince that are going to a country club and golfing,
Right.
until you get to like that, those oddballs. But I'm talking about like you just take the stereotypical generic, just like the first 10 black people you see out on the street, you put them together, they will get along the same way as if you picked 10 random ones
No.
from fucking Cleveland.
so.
You don't think?
And this is where it's all getting a little bit different. So, like, we have black friends who are Nova Scotians, right?
Yeah.
But I also have black friends who are Bohemian. Like, they're from the Bahamas.
Yep.
They're different.
The only thing that changes is the clothes they wear and the music they listen to.
No, man, culturally, like, they're different people. And, like, Jamaicans, like, while similar to Bohemians because of a similar lifestyle, but, like, they're very similar. But then, like, Haitians are completely fucking different.
Oh, I don't think so at all.
They're a whole different vibe. Africans, like, you can't tell me you've had a conversation with a dude from Africa proper, like he moved here from Africa, and then had a conversation with a Bohemian and was like, yeah, same. It's so fucking, they're completely fucking different.
Yeah, okay. I'll buy into that. What you're
Yeah,
saying.
because, like, even, so one of my friends, or two of my friends that are from the Bahamas, like, I would associate them more similar cultural-wise to me because of, like, an island lifestyle.
What if we don't talk about third world countries then? What if we talked only about like
I don't know if I would call Bahamas...
100% the Bahamas is considered third world?
Really?
Yes.
It's not a developed nation?
Not like fully, no. When a country is full, like when you get pulled over for anything, if you can whip out a 20 and get away with it, It's not developed.
Right. Yeah.
It's
That's
that I think that's the easiest cut and dry
Yeah.
example. So like when I say this, I'm basically talking about North America, probably Western Europe, like, and probably like Australia, and that's probably about it. Like Russia, Germany.
But I don't know, man. I think as much as you can make that argument for black people, you can
Okay.
make the same argument for white people.
That we're all the same.
You could take white people. You could like I know for sure. Like I've gone to like conferences and stuff where there's white people from California, from Vancouver, from Texas, from I've hung out with people from Baltimore.
Yes, you'll find. So we will all find common ground, just like the brothers would. The problem is the brothers find the exact common ground. Like they are the same. Like not that there's anything wrong with that, by the way, but they are all the fucking same. They'll all generally appreciate the same shows, same movies, same music, same clothing sense,
Sure, but-
same fashion moguls.
Okay, that is very
Whereas if you take a bunch of white people from Boston and throw
Right.
them in Southern California, different styles. They're like, okay, yeah, like sure, let's watch the PGA Tour together, but like, no, I don't want to go to the fucking beach. I want to watch hockey. What do you mean you want to watch basketball?
Okay.
We
But
don't
do you-
have a culture because we have so fucking many that are
Right.
like not ours. That's why I think that our culture is saying things like skedaddle, and fucking we enjoy things that other people don't. Like there's not a brother on this planet that enjoys mowing his lawn. But white people fucking love it. We love admiring a lawn. We love planning to mow a lawn. We love mowing the lawn. We love the whole everything. We love the
Dude,
smell of
I
the
don't
grass.
know, man. No, there is. I live in a subdivision, and so
I'm not questioning whether they do it. I'm saying they don't
No.
enjoy it. Who the fuck enjoys mowing a lawn?
So I live.
Me. That's who.
There are super lazy people all throughout my neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, so you're always going to get those.
But the only dude in my neighborhood that I'm like friendly with neighbor wise, that we genuinely appreciate our yard work together, is my friend from the Bahamas.
Yeah, that's probably because he's a fucking landscaper.
No. Oh
What?
no, he is like, he's
So you're finding specifics. I'm talking generalizations.
for sure. But I'm saying the majority of white middle-aged dudes in like neighborhoods like that, fat and lazy. They don't care about doing that shit. They don't take pride in it.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh, 100%. I live it. I see it every day.
Yes, but there are people that do, and there's people that don't. That's what I'm saying to you. Like, like a Hank Hill. There's no such thing as a black Hank Hill. There's none. There's zero. They don't exist.
Yeah.
But there's lots of Hank Hills. Lots and lots and lots
Sure.
and lots of them.
Okay, I'll give you that.
When it comes to surfer dudes in fucking Southern California or Florida, there's lots of white people that are fucking the same. They wear the same clothing, they wear the same flip-flops, they drive the same fucking yellow Jeep.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But they're all different. Like you can't take a bunch of dudes from Boston
Right.
and put them in New York, and even just that's like fucking hour and a half drive apart. They are entirely different lifestyles. 100%. Everything
Different
from the way they sound, their just general
But
way
wait,
they go about life.
do you think... So you're saying
I'm
that
saying,
if you take a bunch of white dudes from Boston
yeah,
and put them with a bunch of white dudes from California, that they won't have similar interests?
oh no, they will find a common ground, absolutely.
Okay.
But they will only find that common ground, and that's it.
Like the one thing.
Right.
Whereas if you take the black dudes...
From Philly or Baltimore or New York or Boston
Or
or
LA.
LA, they will all have the same common, unless they're like in opposite gangs randomly.
But do
I'm
you-
talking you pick like 20
For sure. I get what you're saying.
random ass fucking people. The first ones that you see driving down fucking
Right. Like the white dudes might only be able to find a thing in common.
right.
Whereas the black dudes... But do you think that's because of underrepresentation culturally for black people?
No, I think that they just don't expand horizons. Not that there's anything wrong with it. They just don't expand
just
their
like their
horizons. They found their shit and that's what they like.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
that's it. There's just that's why there is a black culture. Whether that's from like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. That's what created their culture, is their like... Their culture are their things.
Yeah.
Because that's their core system.
Right.
Yeah, okay, I can buy that.
Anyway.
That's well explained.
We also
at the
say
end.
funny words like skedaddle. We say full sentences. Like, here's the thing. You're at a party
Right.
and the cops break it up.
Right.
White people will generally say, the police are here, let's all run. Okay? Black people will say, cops are here, let's fuck off. They both mean the same thing,
Yeah.
but it's just we're different, man.
Just say it.
Skedaddle. Like that thingamajig. Take a silly photo.
Malarkey.
Malarkey, dude. Fuck, some of those are hilarious. Well, fucking dingleberry. Like no.
Do you know what a dingleberry is?
I'm gonna Google it right now. What is it?
It's when you are wiping your bum, but you don't get all of it.
No, it's not.
and
No,
some
it's fucking not.
And,
No,
and poop sticks to your bum hair.
it says a foolish or inept person.
Oh.
Oh wait. Definition number 2: a particle of fecal matter attached to the anal hair of an animal.
We're animals.
Yeah. I'll take that.
Yeah. It's
Dude,
when you got poop on
I've
your
never
butt hair.
ever seen this on Google before for any word I've ever looked up because I've never looked at the whole thing.
Right.
But it's there's an actual chart. See the chart?
Yeah.
It is use over time for dingleberry. In the 1800s, not that often. The 1850s had a pretty good spike of it, but then it died off again. Come around probably the 1875 area, jumped up again, but then simmered off, and slowly started to grow again at about 1950. Somewhere, I'm guessing this is probably, based on this chart, probably around year 2000-ish, it fucking skyrockets.
That's because we started referring to a dingleberry as the poop particle around that, I'd imagine.
It took the massive jump in, hold on. 1982, it started climbing very quickly. And then it reached the pinnacle in 2016, and now it's dying off. This is a dying word again. Dingleberry is a dying word. No shit. Well, actually, just a nugget of shit. Anyway, on that note, this has been another wild and wonderful episode of Dude Talking Shit. You can find us on Instagram at Dude Talking Shit. Find Ryan on Instagram at Drunk Ryan. Find Travis on Instagram at
TFan23.
Send him your dirtiest dick pics.
Later, shitheads.